Is that a bed for a welfare king? You people don't belong here, scammer. I bet you stole someone's credit card for that. Wild opening, huh? But that's how my perfect Tuesday afternoon got hijacked right on my own driveway just when I thought I'd finally made it. The sun was shining like it was showing off. I'd just gotten home from work, still had my suit jacket slung over my arm, feeling like maybe, just maybe, I had my life together. And let me tell you, I was buzzing. Why, today was the day. My new bed was arriving. Not just any bed either. I'd spent months saving, sleeping on a lumpy mattress that felt like it had a memory of every bad decision I'd ever made. But this was a king-size memory, foam cooling gel. You're really an adult now, kind of bed. More than a bed, honestly. It was proof I belonged here. Black man, nice house, good neighborhood. I'd done everything right. The delivery truck thundered down my little suburban street, and I swear the angels might have been singing. The two delivery guys hop out, good dudes, all business, but cracking jokes about squeezing this giant mattress through the door. I'm standing there, tie loosened, feeling like this was finally going right. The mattress, gleaming in its wrapped future sleep monument, was halfway off the truck, and for a second everything just felt easy. Then you ever get that prickly feeling, like eyes burning a hole in the back of your neck? I turn and there she is, arms folded on her perfectly manicured lawn, staring like I'd just driven a tank onto her petunias. Older lady hair, so blonde and helmeted it could stop bullets, decked out in a tracksuit worth more than my first car. If there's a final boss for HOAs, she's it. We'd done that tight-lipped neighbor nod before. I see you, but I'm reserving judgment. You know the type. So I give her a wave, just neighborly, nothing special. She doesn't wave back. Instead, she marches across the street, every step radiating, "I do not approve of this pavement." I figure, all right, maybe she's going to complain about the truck blocking the road. Got my apology ready. "Sorry, just a minute, then we'll move." But oh no, that's not what comes out of her mouth. She stops right at the edge of my driveway, finger loaded up with more rings than a Vegas slot machine, and says, "No," screeches, "Is that a bed for a welfare king?" The delivery guys freeze mattress mid-air. For a second, the world just stops. No wind, no birds, nothing but her voice echoing around my skull. I look at her, the driver's back at her. Did she really just say that? My brain just glitched. Finally, I manage, "Excuse me," calm, too calm. She doubles down, steps onto my driveway, plants her feet like she's taking over, and spits out, "You people don't belong here. Scammer. Bet you stole someone's credit card for that." The delivery guys are looking at me like, should we call our boss or 911? That was the moment I knew this wasn't just a bad encounter. This woman was here to start a war, and my bed was the first casualty. My mind split. Part of me wanted to scream, lay out every late night, every damn thing I'd done to earn this life, this house, this moment. The other part, the part that grew up black in America, was yelling even louder. Stay calm, don't escalate, don't give them an excuse. Because my anger is always the threat, right? So I took a breath, said, "Ma'am, I think there's a misunderstanding. This is my house. I bought this bed myself. I'd appreciate if you could lower your voice and head back home." Polite textbook conflict resolution. She reacts like I set her hair on fire. "Misunderstanding, I understand perfectly. I've been watching you sneaking in and out, probably running something illegal. This neighborhood's gone downhill since you people started moving in. Sneaking in and out. Lady, I leave at 7 a.m., get home at 6. It's called a job." The drivers start easing the mattress back into the truck, moving slow like they're handling a bomb. I can't blame them. She's built an entire fantasy in her head, and my new bed is her exhibit A. "Ma'am, you're trespassing and harassing me," I say, voice tight now. "I'm asking you one more time to leave." That's when she whips out her phone and puts on the performance of a lifetime. "Oh, no, you don't. You're not threatening me. I'm a vulnerable elderly woman. I'm calling the police." Her whole act switches, voice trembling, eyes wide, dialing 911. "Yes, help. There's a large aggressive man here. He's trying to break in. There's a big truck. He's yelling at me. I'm scared he might have a weapon. He's wearing a suit. It's probably a disguise. I just stand there floored while the delivery guys duck behind the truck." Mike, the driver, mouths, "We're witnesses." I nod, "Appreciate it, man." Here's the worst part. I knew, absolutely knew, who the police would see as the threat when they arrived. She's an old white lady. I'm a black man in a nice neighborhood. Facts, receipts. Mortgage irrelevant. She's writing the narrative and I'm just a character in it. Sirens wail, a couple patrol cars screech up blue and red everywhere. Neighbors peek out, some pretend to check their mail, but everybody's watching. I hit record on my phone. Survival instinct, you know. 2 younger officers head straight for me, hands by their belts. Not here to chat. 2 seniors go to her, treating her like she's the only survivor of a shipwreck. He threatened me. He tried to rob me. She's got the waterworks going, pointing at me like she's in a crime doc. Meanwhile, Sir hands where I can see them, the male cop says. "I live here. This is my house." That woman came over and started screaming at me and my delivery guys. We'll get to that. ID. Now he barks, totally ignoring what I said. Across the driveway, the senior cop is comforting her, nodding along, not writing a word down. I pull out my license, narrating every movement. I'm reaching into my back pocket for my wallet, just so you know. He checks my address, frowns, maybe a flicker of confusion, then nothing. "We need you to stay right here," he says, walking away. The drivers finally step forward. "Officer, we're just delivering a bed." "This man lives here." She came over and started screaming. "Thanks, we'll take your statement," the woman cop says, but she's still eyeing me like she's waiting for a confession. Now the senior cop steps over, slow toothpick in his mouth. She says you threatened her. Says you don't live here. What's your side? The skepticism in his voice could curdle milk. "I live here. Bought this house last year, bed's mine. These are my delivery guys. She came onto my property and called me a scammer. I have my key, my ID, and the purchase receipt on my phone. I lay it all out." He chews his toothpick. "A lot of people have keys, son. Anyone can have an ID. Are you serious?" I ask, voice starting to shake. "There's a delivery truck right here. What part of this screams burglary?" "The part where a resident feels threatened and calls for help. And right now, you're getting awfully agitated. Why don't you calm down?" Gaslighting 101. Make me react, then say I'm the threat. He turns to Mike. "What'd you see? Mike's a champ." Exactly what he said, sir. He was calm. She was yelling. He just wanted her off his property. The cop grunts translation, whatever, not interested. Then it gets worse. She says, "You've been casing the joint, acting suspicious. I've lived here for a year. I'm outside mowing the lawn, putting trash out, same as everyone." "All right, that's enough." "Hold his ID," he says to the other cop, then walks back to her, who's still dabbing her eyes for the audience. The younger female officer asks, "You said you had a receipt." Finally, someone cares about the facts. I pull it up, show her. She checks my keys, unlocks my front door, sees it swings open, comes back, hands me my keys, talks to the senior guy, shows him the proof. He listens, shakes his head, looks at her, then back at me, face even harder. He walks over suddenly, ice cold. "Sir, we have a witness who says she felt her life was in danger. States you verbally assaulted her and made threatening gestures." I'm floored. I asked her to leave my property. "That's not what she says. She says your presence is intimidating." She felt directly threatened. I look at the delivery drivers, the younger officers. Nobody saying a word. The system's gears just grinding me down. I ask, "So you're going to ignore my ID, my key, the witnesses, and take the word of a woman who's clearly spinning a racist fantasy?" He just points his toothpick at me. "What I'm going to do is keep the peace. You've been uncooperative and aggressive. Cuff him." Time stops. I hear the click of handcuffs like a gunshot. I turn around, say nothing, just comply. They read me my rights in my own driveway. My neighbors watch. My brand new bed sits on the truck forgotten. I'm not a person anymore. I'm a spectacle, a black man being arrested for buying a bed. The ride to the station is silent. Every mailbox, every tree feels like it's mocking me. At booking, they take my belt, shoelaces, wallet. Everything that made me me. I call my friend James the lawyer, not criminal, but sharp, relentless, and I know he'll believe me. I barely get the story out. He's furious already, working the phones, telling me not to sign or say anything. There's hope, but it's a small, cold ember in my gut. A defense lawyer named Mr. Chun comes sharp, suit eyes like scalpels. He listens to every detail, doesn't interrupt, takes notes with a calm, precise hand. When I mention my phone video, he lights up. That's crucial. James is already tracking down the delivery drivers for sworn statements. They're not just fighting for me now, they're going to war for everyone like me. A few hours later, I get released on bail. James, waiting, hugs me, says, "We're just getting started." At home, the mattress is propped, sadly, against the garage. The internet is already ablaze. My neighbor has posted a story online painting herself as the hero. My reputation's being shredded by people who don't even know my name. HOA jumps in, threatening letters start coming. She's coordinated, weaponizing everything: cops, community, bureaucracy. This is war. But then Arthur, quiet older guy from down the street, shows up at my door with a coffee cake and a story. He's seen this before. She drove out a Latino family years ago, called the city police HOA until they left. It's never about the people, Arthur says. It's about her. She needs someone to hate. He tells me they had cameras. Maybe, just maybe, they caught her on tape. That gives James and Mr. Chun what they need: a pattern, a case for civil rights violations. We get my phone back. The video shows everything. Me calm, her. Wild, the cop, dismissive. The Rodriguez family has footage too, a recording of her saying, "I just want you to make things difficult for them. We need to get these people out. We bring it all to the DA." Suddenly the charges are dropped. The DA calls, "We're dropping everything. We're investigating her and the officer too. Vindication, but I know the fight's just starting. We file lawsuits for defamation, malicious prosecution, wrongful arrest." She tries to countersue the city, circles the wagons, but now the pressure's on. The younger female cop even comes forward, admits her boss told her, "Sometimes you pacify the old lady, teach this guy a lesson." That blows the case wide open. The city offers to settle. I say no unless that officer is fired. They refuse, so we go to trial. The courtroom is brutal. Depositions, hours of questions, the woman unraveling under oath, eventually blurting out that yes, she still thinks I don't belong. That's all the jury needs. The video, the witnesses, the neighbors, the Rodriguez tape, it's a slam dunk. The verdict, full victory. Massive damages, not just to me, but to the Rodriguez family too. The officers fired, the woman bankrupt, her house sold. The HOA has flipped, new board, new rules apology in writing. The neighborhood for the first time feels like it's breathing fresh air. A year later, I'm standing in my driveway again. Sun shining, another delivery truck. This time it's a basketball hoop for my godson. The new neighbors wave big smiles. Arthur walks by with a rose bush. "Looks like you're settling in for good," he says. "It's a better place now." And he's right. You know, that bed wasn't just a bed, it was a line in the sand. It forced this neighborhood, this city, to reckon with what it means to belong. The scars are still there, but so are the lessons. And if you're listening, if you've ever felt powerless, just know you aren't alone. There are good people out there sometimes, too quiet for too long, but they're there. So let me ask you, how many times do we have to let this happen before we finally say enough? Would you stand by or would you stand up? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Tell me, what does justice look like where you live? And if you've got a story like mine, don't let anyone silence you. Not now, not ever.